Okay, so just to give some context on the ECCO Connect system, on what we're trying to do to represent and having a quicker install, you guys probably understand how all these systems work now. Any type of product that is safety oriented, that has different types of flash patterns, things like that, it's probably going to come like this. This isn't just exclusive to ECCO. Mostly all brands are basically the same, so we're probably going to have multiple wires in the back. Here with ECCO, especially with the dual color products or tricolor products, you're going to have a bunch of cables in the back. So, your negative, your multiple positives, depending on what type of pattern you guys want to activate on the directional or the mini bar or the beacon. Your blue wire, which for these types of products are to change patterns, and your yellow wire to synchronize. So basically what we're trying to do is say, okay, you usually buy this product from us, it's perfectly fine, it's great. But if you want to save a little bit of time, well, a lot of time, and make an install a lot easier for you, for your installers, for the customer. Also, if any kind of warranty issue or what arises. So basically, all these cables coming in the back, instead of having them, with a blunt cut, they're going to come with this type of Dioch connector. Okay, so basically, it's going to come like this. Your harnessing wire coming from the vehicle is going to come this way, and you're just going to connect, and you're ready to go. So ECCO Connect is a very friendly system. Basically, all the information pattern-wise is stored in this serial interface box, the SIB. So all the information goes here. This is connected to this system here, which basically just gives off the types of patterns that we want. So we could tell this system here how many times we need something to flash, which products we want to flash, what rhythms, or how many flashes per minute, if it's going to be a dual color, if it's going to be a single color. All that is controlled by this, with information given to this. So we already have some predefined flash patterns in here, but we can add or take off any flash patterns necessary for whatever type of system we're trying to connect the ECCO Connect system to. So it just makes everything a lot simpler. We don't have to be, looking to where we're going to have to be putting extra information towards this type of product. So this comes already predefined, and but you guys can also tell us if you need some sort of special flash pattern installed in your SIB, so you could control all your system. Okay, so in this demo, we have this controller, which is new for us also. It's the EZ0000. So we have 15 buttons here that we could use to control the ECCO Connect system. It's not necessary for the system specifically. We could have switches connected to the system, or existing switches on a vehicle that can make the system operate correctly. So it's not necessary for the system, but it is a good feature to have a controller that can control all of the systems that you need, whether that means, you just want to turn on certain products at a time, maybe just the mini bars, or maybe just the directionals, or you need one color instead of the other. So this is already kind of integrated into a system to a point where we could send it over to you, and you could have all that at the touch of a button, ready to go. So this system doesn't need the controller specifically, but it's an option. You guys can add on to it if you need it. Like I said, it could be also activated by existing switches in the vehicle, or we could provide the switches also if you need it, if you don't need this type of controller in the system. What the ECCO Connect system can do, Like I said, these are pre-programmed flash patterns that we made for this demo. They're not the flash patterns that are going to be specifically for your system if you need something different. But if you don't specify a different flash pattern that you need for the system, this is basically what you're going to be receiving in terms of flash patterns, maybe not in terms of product. So here you're going to see that we have two dual beams on the sides, which are amber blue. We have two EB7185s, which are amber white. We have the 5550 right there in the middle, which are amber blue. And we have the ED3802s on the bottom. So 4 of them, which are amber blue also. These aren't specifically the products that will work in the system. We have a long list of products that'll work with the system. If a customer prefers the ED3777s or prefers maybe the new flex lights, the ED3794s or the ED3793s, those will work also with the system. Maybe the customer needs a full size light bar, maybe a 48 inch, a 60 inch, depending on what type of vehicle they're using. They don't have so many of these mini bars or beacons on their vehicle. They need a full size light bar. This system will work natively with the 16 series and the 27 series of ECCO. It'll also work with the 12 series and the new 11 series. The difference is only that those types of patterns or whatever type of pattern we need on those light bars, the 12 series and the 11 series, will be done through this. With the 16 series and the 27 series, we're going to be controlling it through the SIB, okay? Because we can make those light bars serial. They'll just come in, connect directly to this, and we could basically do whatever we want with those light bars. So if you need something like that, this system can also accommodate you in that, with those types of options. So if you're putting more of these directionals on your system, we could also put more. So it just depends. This is what we could put in a box basically to show off the system on what it can do. So this is gonna obviously give you guys a way to save money. So like we saw in the beginning of the video, directionals, light bars, mini bars, beacons have lots of cables coming out of them. How to control lights, how to control one light, how to control what type of pattern we want to control with the lights, how to synchronize everything, select your flash pattern, things like that. So with this system, what we're trying to do is save you money, save you time. So basically you could cut this demo in half and say, okay, this is our left side of the vehicle, this is our right side of the vehicle. Whenever you order an ECCO system from us, these harnesses will be labeled right or left, so you know exactly where you want to put them at. And they'll also be labeled depending on the system that you have. If you only have directionals, well, it won't matter. But if you have different color directionals, we'll try to label them also so you know what harness is for what light. So you just go install your light or install your beacon or install your light bar. The only thing you're going to do is come in here, connect this, and you're ready to go. No other type of flash pattern selection is needed. You don't need to synchronize everything with the yellow wire. That's all going to be done with this system. Okay, so let's start it off real quick with level 1 so you guys can see what the system can do. So basically what we're doing here is just a single flash 75 with a dual color amber blue or the amber white on the top here. So that's done by the system. We did not select these flash patterns. We did not go through each one of them just to see, to make sure we have the correct flash pattern to recreate this type of flash pattern throughout the whole vehicle. This is done by the system, by the SIB, sending the information to here to activate those flash patterns. So that's level 1. Let's go to level 2 real quick. So here with level 2, you're seeing a wigwag pattern, okay? The wigwag sometimes notoriously is kind of difficult to do just because, you know, you have to really understand that all these products from ECCO have 1 phase and 2 phases on every type of flash pattern that we have. So you have to make sure usually that one is in 1 phase and the other's in the other phase. And you can see here it's even a little more complicated because you have to make sure that these on the right all have to be in amber and these all have to be in the first phase in the other color. So the system does that for you guys. No need to go in and start looking for flash patterns. It just does it. You know, there's no need to do that. So here we also have a rotating pattern, and as you can see, it's rotating all the system. So we could imagine maybe these two and these two are on the front part of the vehicle. This is in the rear part with the dual beams and the directionals in the back. So basically all your vehicle is doing that rotating pattern, which obviously would be very difficult to do with you know, any other type of wiring system or installation. So the system just does that for you automatically. So here, if we want to do a steady burn amber, we can do a steady burn amber, no problem, no issues there. Okay, here we're going to start with we have it labeled as number 1 here, but basically we're just using the dual beams. So everything else is off, just dual beams here, which is the double colors, amber blue in this case. You can see also that we're using the dim function with also the pattern. So, you know, it looks a little different also. We have here also the beacons, EB7185s with the wigwag function, you know, in the front part of the vehicle maybe. We could also activate these individually. We don't have to activate the whole vehicle at the same time. So, you know, with this controller also, you have a bunch of options. You can use them however you want. We're just activating here the directionals in the back with the wigwag pattern with the double flash. Okay. We could also maybe even do kind of like a traffic director or a traffic advisor, depending, you know, if here we're going right to left. So basically we're using these because this system is made that these probably are in the back together with the directionals. So we're just basically just, you know, from here to here, giving that visualization that it's a traffic director from right to left. So here's kind of like a, you know, one of those patterns that could catch the attention of drivers real quickly, understanding, you know, something maybe is really wrong or it's an emergency. You know, we're giving off just blue on these on the bottom and the secondary color on these on the top, which are whites. So so here are just amber all the time on this pattern here. So here's the dim flash option we have also with all our products. It's kind of difficult to activate this without using some sort of external device, call it maybe a siren or maybe this type of system. So this system will give you that option also. Okay, and So if we're looking at this, we could also, you know, add a dim function if you need it. If you want everything to dim out, not to be, you know, so bright all the time. We could do that also. And the last one would be the left to right pattern here. So you could see also with this controller, the EZ0000, you're going to have indicators inside your vehicle, understanding exactly what your vehicle is doing at that time. You could activate other things too. I mean, if you have the level 1 activated, you know, it's not going to cut off, like you could see. It's not going to do 2 things at once, so it's just going to do one thing at once at that point. So these are backlit, so if something is on, you're going to, you know it's on instantly. Just turn that off real quick, and you know, I just want the directionals in the back. You could do that real quickly. Okay. So as you can see, this is a system that's going to be really easy to install. It's going to save you guys time, save you guys money, which I think is the most important thing, but also headaches. You know, sometimes with these types of products, we're installing, we're trying to get everything correctly. You know, select the right flash pattern, understand that how we're connecting everything internally is going to be connected correctly, so we could do those wig-wag patterns. So we could do, you know, maybe something specific that our customer needs, but you know, sometimes we get it wrong. Sometimes when everything's installed, you turn on the system and you see that maybe 1 or 2 directionals not doing the job it's supposed to do. Maybe one of the light bars or a beacon is not doing the job that it's supposed to do. So this is going to also help you guys with human error. Because the system does a bunch of the flash patterns, but also because these are plug and play. Like I said, you just go in there, you get this, you connect, and you're ready to go. These are DOH connectors, so it's good against water, you know, dust, but it's also just kind of, you know, you just go in there, you just plug it in, you're ready to go. You know, you don't have to be doing any soldering. You don't have to be getting any cables together, and you know, maybe something goes wrong and the system just doesn't turn on at some point. When on other types of systems or other types of installs, this is just going to give you guys that extra confidence that when you're plugging it in, it's going to be ready to go once you're done. So this is ECCO Connect. Please look for us on all your vehicle safety needs for this type of system. We could build this out to however you guys want. Doesn't have to be this system specifically, doesn't have to be this controller specifically. So just, you know, get in touch with us. We'll help you guys out with a plan to attack the fleet that you guys are trying to present the system to. And we have some templates that might be under the video, so you could see the templates that we have, so you could go in and see also what types of products are compatible with the system, so you don't have to just look at these products and say, oh, these are only products that are available. No, there's a bunch of products available on ECCO. But yeah, so if you guys need this system, just, you know, reach out to us, reach out to your distributor, and we'll be in touch with you. So this was ECCO Connect.